Welcome to me and you outside. As you've seen there, that is my church. That's where I attend church every Sunday, every Wednesday, and about every day of the week since I work here full time. But I'm about to sneak over here, just about a half a quarter from the church. There's a pond over here. It's got a bunch of geese on it. Can you believe that? There's about 15 on there, it looks like. But the landowner said go get them. So I'm gonna go over there and try to get my limit of geese, which will be 3 geese. Which would be a pretty good deal and a pretty good feed in and of itself. I'll take my first shot on the water because there's a lot of trees around that pond. So I might not get a second shot, I don't know. So I'm gonna take a second shot if I can. But the first shot, I'm gonna get on the water. If I can line up 2 or 3 at once, I'll do it. I'll just do it. I'm a meat hunter and I'm going after some meat. I'm going after goose meat. But like I said, it's my church right here, right there behind me. The pond is located right over there. Right there in that clump of trees right there. There's some cattle kind of in the vicinity, but I can work around them. But I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna shoot some geese. Hopefully I can get a video of this. We'll see what happens. But carry them out of there and get my limit of geese. It's gonna be just pretty awesome. I'm using my pump 870 right here. I'll tell you what, it's a great little old gun. Reliable, it's got a full choke on there. I'm shooting Remington or Winchester shotgun shells, number 3-inch, number 2s. That's what I'm shooting today. So let's go see if we can kill a goose. Now I'm walking to this pond. Now I've got my Googan lure right here on my little spin cast reel. In case I shoot a goose, it lands out there in the water. I don't want to have to sit around and wait for him to float to the bank, which they will, since this pond ain't very big. This pond is only probably a half an acre, but there's a bunch of geese on it. And hopefully the cattle won't freak out. They might freak out. I can see them freaking out and spooking these geese. That can happen because these cattle might get excited thinking I'm coming in here to feed them. But we'll see. All right, I'm at the pond bank. I'm gonna ease up, see what's out here. Most of them are to my left. Well, I know I got one, but I'm not sure if I got any more than that. Well, I got one good Canadian goose right here. And that's it. One good Canadian goose. Be some good eating right there. I'm in a hurry. I've got to get over here to a friend of mine's pond. He just called me, said there's about 15 Canadian geese sitting on it, and he likes me to come over there and shoot them. I've done this a time or 2 and made a video or 2 out of this, but I'm gonna run over there right quick. I've got 3 days till the season closes here in the state of Missouri, and this will be my last hoorah for waterfowl 2023-24. And so I'm going to try to make the best of it. I'm going to try to get me a limit of Canadian geese. And I hope I do. I don't know if I will or not. I may not even get a shot off. They may fly before I get there. They may be gone. I don't know. But he's supposed to let me know. But in the meantime, I'm heading that way. I've only got about 4 miles to go. 4 or 5 miles to go. And I'm going to get to that pond and just see if I can take out some Canadian geese. I love doing this. I'm sneaking up on them. I don't really have any camo on. I'm wearing jeans, as you can see right there. Just jeans and a black shirt. I'm going to walk through sneak through some cedar trees and see if I can sneak up on these geese, get close enough to get a shot. I'll take the first shot on the water, or if they're in the yard, I'll take the first shot in the yard, and then the second, third shot will be a flying geese. And so with that being said, maybe I'll get myself 3 Canadian honkers here in just a little bit. So stay right there. We'll see what happens together. Man, I don't understand how you don't get none more than that. Well, I got one big goose here. One good Canadian honker right there. Come here. It's called the death flop. Well, to me that was a success. Now, I only killed one goose, but it's a bigger one. It's called a greater Canadian goose right here. That is a big goose. And I'm proud of it. I'll get 2 large goose breasts off this thing. And I'll probably grill them or fry them, or who knows. I'll make a video about that. We'll see. And we will see is right, because I am in our kitchen right here. I am inside. I have got these breasts ready to cook. Now, what I'm going to do is something totally different. I have never done this in my life. One reason I haven't in years past, I never had such a thing as an air fryer. Okay, when I was a kid and growing up and all the years I did some of the hunting I used to do, even just 10, 15 years ago, we never had an air fryer that I know of. But we have one now, and I'm going to try to put these goose breasts in an air fryer. But what I did here, and just check this out now, I wrapped these in bacon. What I did is I sprayed one layer, just a small layer of canola oil on both sides, and then I seasoned it really good with my, what I like to do, this Grill Mates brown sugar bourbon seasoning. I love that. Again, I just sprayed it with some canola oil on the outside of it, just kind of moisten it up, because goose breast is really not very fatty. Now, this one has a little bit of fat on it. You see a little fat right there? See a little fat on that? You don't see that much fat on a goose, so they're not fat. Now, what I've wrapped it in bacon, so there you go. There's going to be all my juice that's going to come inside of this meat, is going to be this bacon. I'm going to put it in this air fryer right here. See this air fryer? I'm going to put it in here, and I have no idea about cooking goose breasts in an air fryer. Now, the 2 geese that you just saw me shoot in this video, I gave one of them to my brother. The first one I killed, I gave it to my brother. He just took it and put it in the air fryer and tried it. He said, Mark, it's good. He said, you got to try it. And so that's what we're doing. So I asked if he got a recipe off the internet or something like that, YouTube, because I don't like doing that stuff. He said no. He just did it off the top of his head. So I'm going to kind of do it like he did it. It might be a little bit different as we go along. We'll see. Anyhow, these look really, really good wrapped in bacon like this. I'm going to put them in the air fryer for probably maybe maybe 400, 375 degrees. No, let's go 400. I'm gonna go 400 degrees. I'm gonna put it in for 10 minutes. I'm gonna flip it over at 5 and then do it for another 5 minutes after that, so a total of 10. And then I'm going to probe it with my temperature gauge right here. This little Mr. Steak temperature gauge. I'm gonna probe it. I'm gonna try to get the temperature on the inside of this breast somewhere around 130, 140, 145 degrees. That'll tell me it's medium rare, which is what we want on this goose. All right, so I'm gonna get her loaded up, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my drip pan in here. There will be some drippings of this goose because this bacon is going to drip. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay these breasts in here like so. And these are huge breasts. I ain't kidding you, each one of these weighs probably a pound at least. I'm gonna lay them in here just like this, lay them where they're not touching each other. Okay, I'm gonna put them up here on the top. This is really gonna cook them. Now I've got toothpicks in there, but I'm not worried about them catching on fire or anything like that. I'm gonna cook them like that. Again, I'm gonna preheat this. So I'll take them out for. I just wanted to show you how it works. I'll preheat this at 400. Let it run for 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna put these in there just like I showed you doing that. And I'm gonna come back when they're about done. When I'm checking temperature on them, we'll talk to you in just a second. All right, it has been cooking at 400 degrees for 5 minutes exactly. I'm gonna pull it out. I'm gonna probe it. I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna look at it, see what it looks like. It's looking really good. That bacon is cooking. I know I've got a long ways to go before it's done, but I'm just out of curiosity going to check it. It was super cold. Now it's up to 75 degrees on the inside, which is good. So it's about halfway where I need it to be, okay? It's looking good in there. It's dripping the bacon. Oh, the bacon's looking good. I'm going to put it in there for another 5 minutes at 400 degrees. And by the end of that, it might be done. If it's not, that's okay. I can really play with this air fryer. These things are kind of cool if you don't have one. There I go. I got it set. Now it's good. Hear it? Boom, it's going. Sound like a little motor in there running it, which there is obviously. And it is cooking away at 400 degrees. 5 more minutes, folks. I'll be right back here in just a second. All right, now it's been 10 minutes. I'm going to see what this looks like. I'm going to probe it again and just see what the temperature is. It may or may not be done enough. I don't know. The bacon is starting to really look crispy. That is wonderful. Look like my temperature is up to right at 100 on the inside, which is really good. Looking good. Now what I'm going to do, the only thing I'm going to do different this moment right here, is I'm going to turn them over and let them finish cooking on the other side. Now, I do realize I got toothpicks on here, but toothpicks usually don't catch fire until about 450 degrees. And I'm only cooking this at 400. So hopefully my toothpicks won't catch on fire. And if they do, so well, it's not going to hurt anything. It's not going to do anything. It'll just burn up. There you go. All right, now I'm going to pick her back up. I'm going to put her back in here for another, let's see, time here. I'm just going to do another 5 minutes. And then temperature-wise at 400, there we go. She's taking off, running again. In 5 minutes, I'm pretty sure we'll be done. We'll be taking it out. We'll be taking it out on the deck. It's a beautiful day here in the Ozarks. It's about 60 degrees outside, a little cool, but not bad. And me and Jackson and Brentley, as you saw in that thumbnail that you clicked on, thank you for clicking on, we're going to go outside and sit on the deck, and we are going to try air-fried Canadian geese breast and just see what it's like. I am looking forward to that. We'll be right back. There they are. The professional taste testers of Polk County, Missouri. I'll tell you what, these kids, they'll come down when Papa gives the call that I've got something to try to eat. They'll say, okay, we're coming. And they show up. They just absolutely love it. We're sitting down here on our deck here on the river. It is a beautiful day in these Ozarks. I'm telling you, it is nice. The river's looking good right now. I had a bunch of traps sit down the river there the other day. You saw a video of that. I had to pull them the very next day because they were calling for heavy rain, which never happened. I pulled them for nothing. So now I've got to reset all those. Anyways, but here we are. We're going to eat this goose. Now, I've got it sitting right here. I've already pulled most of the toothpicks out, but you got to pull these toothpicks out. Now, these toothpicks, you put them in the oven or something, they'll start to burn at 450. They got a little dark, that's all, but they did not burn at all. So I was good at 400. I cooked this goose breast at 400, did 5 minutes, checked it, put it in for another couple minutes, flipped them over on the other side, and then cooked them for another 5 minutes. So about a total of 15 minutes total at 400. This is a big old thick goose breast right here. And I can tell you it's going to be medium rare on the inside. If it's a little too rare, we'll eat the outer edges of it, and I can take it back in and we can fry it up a little bit later on. That's a pretty thick piece. I'm going to go with this thinner one right here. It's funny how you can have goose like this and two different breasts, and they'd be the different size. I don't know how that all works out. Give that camera to Brindley right there. I'll pull these toothpicks out of here. And that bacon cooked really good. It really did. It's just semi-crisp, but it's really tender. See how that breaks up? That's awesome. Pulling all these toothpicks out of here that holds that bacon on there in the perfect position. If you don't do that, your bacon will flop around on you. Let's cut into this right here and see what that looks like. Holy cow, that looks delicious. Now, I'm going to let Jackson try it first because Brindley's got the camera and she's running the camera. See that little blood in the very, very center right there, which, again, that don't bother us too much. But I'll cut around that just for Jackson's sake. Now, Jackson, here is a piece of air-fried goose. Here you go, another piece here. I'll give you them 2 pieces. Try one of them. Brandon's going to video him trying that goose right there. Go ahead, just do it. Air-fried Canadian goose.
It's pretty good. It's tender. It's got a really good flavor. Yeah, I really like it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being most delicious and 1 being what do you think it is?
9 3/4.
Whoa, that's pretty good. All right, let's see if Brindley comes up with the same kind of a deal here. I'll cut her off a piece here. Man, look at that. Looks like a good steak right there. See that? A good medium rare steak. There you go, Brindley. Let me see the camera, Brindley. Brindley likes steak. She likes deer, elk, beef steaks, obviously. So does Jackson, of course. There's your big old piece there, Jackson. You might need to cut it with a knife in half here.
It's good and it's tender like my brother said, and it's good. It tastes a lot like steak though.
Like steak? Isn't that crazy though? It's a bird, and it has the flavor and the texture of a steak, doesn't it? Yeah, that's cool. Here you go. I'm gonna try a piece of it. Let me see that knife there, Jackson. I got a big old hunk right here, but I'm gonna cut that in half. Utterly amazing. You know what? I could eat that beside a piece of steak. You could give me a hunk of this and say, hey, here's a beef steak. I'm not sure you would know the difference. I'm not kidding you. Isn't that crazy? So what I'll do, this is good and rare right here. It's almost a little too rare, but that's fine. We'll cut out the ends of it right here to eat. And we'll do that while we're sitting here. But I'm telling you, this goose is a very delicious eating meat. There you go, Jackson. That piece here for you. Very good. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and air fried it. Can you believe that? We air fried that Canadian goose right there. An experiment for me, for sure. I think of a big one like this, a big breast like that, you need to cook it for a total of 20 minutes. Yeah, close to 20 minutes. A big thick one now. If there's any thinner than that, you just have to watch it with a thermometer. But I knew it was a little rare when I took it out. It was only about, it was the center part of it was probably only 120 degrees. So I know it's going to be pretty rare, which is fine. We can take it. I can take it back in there and pop it in the air fryer and have this thing cooked up in just short order. We'll do that here shortly. But in the meantime, we're going to eat the outer edge of it. We're going to enjoy it. It's wonderful. It is a fantastic meat. It's also good for you. And Brinley's sitting over here. She's still eating pieces of it, and Jackson's eating pieces of it. We love it, folks. We're not just messing around and kidding you. We do love Canadian geese. So there you go. Well, I'll just tell you this. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Appreciate you subscribing, hitting the like button if you like anything we do on here. I appreciate that. My grandkids appreciate it. My whole family appreciates it. The sun is setting here in the Ozarks. It's a beautiful day. But wherever you're at in this world, my friends, have a good morning, a good day, and a good night. And my friends, I can tell you this. There is without a doubt another video coming
Right around the corner.